It's quite a seminal moment. It's the penultimate race of the 2024 Dutch KZ2 Masters Championship, powered by Chrono Karting. It's the season finale, the final. Let's take you through the starting grid. Jeroen Bos and Glenn van den Hoek.
Oh, we already have somebody off the track.
Oh, dearie me. Please don't tell me that's a back axle or engine seized already. Well, they're lifting up the back of the kart. That was the 156. Mike Hendricks on the Kart Republic chassis. So I'll start again, shall I? Mike, how dare you? No, I could be a rude pain in the backside right about now, but I'm not going to be doing that. Right, Jeroen Bos and Glenn van den Hoek lead the way on the front row. Bos on pole. Neki Borgeni and Wesley de Waal on row number 2. William van der Kay and Marcel Ernst, row 3. Thierry de Jong and Anders Elkier on row 4 with Edgar Oosting and Mike Hendricks running at the top 10. Davide Caruso, Max Tobben, Sven Heyer, Bas Schulten, Martin Versteeg, Mark Verhoeven, Niels Koster, Sebastian Holder, Christian Primke, Bas Steen, Mick Bertram, Yannick Kureinen, then we got Benjamin Evert, Gert van den Brink and Benno Ridder. So, Mr. Briefeld, please give us an update on the scores between the top 2 in the championship standings.
Well, it seems that Glenn van den Hoek has moved up to the first place in the championship by just a margin of 3 points over Wesley de Waal. So it's a small margin, but there was a change in position there, and we might see a change in position again this race.
Yes.
So yeah, it's definitely gonna go down to the line, I think.
Down to the line. It's the final countdown, as Europe once sang, and it's going to come down to the wire, folks. 13 minutes plus 2 additional laps. And you know what? I mean, when I because if I remember, wasn't it PSL karting? You went over to Supernats last year for, of course.
Yeah.
Supernats takes place in about a couple of weeks' time. I take it you're going to be watching the screen.
Definitely.
But of course, Kate, shifter class, you know, when you have the likes of, like say Davide Fore, who's an absolute legend in the sport, multi-time world champion, had that great battle at Wackersdorf the other year when the FIA decided to bring in KZ2 Masters as a European and a World Championship event. Mm-hmm. This is what I love about how brutal KZ2 really is. I sound a bit like a masochist, really, but it's the purest, most extreme, most difficult skill of karting in terms of mastering it, because you're effective. It's the formula. Forget the supercars that can do 235, 240 kilometers an hour and have more bodywork, but this is the true, like, Formula One of karting, isn't it?
Yeah, really, and I mean it's just a great class to be on top of the karting and provide also like the changing step between kart racing and car racing. So just all around, it's a great class, and you learn many great skills that you will probably need in your later racing career in cars. So yeah, just many things to learn here.
This is what I love. You see that grandstand fill up. Right, 25 drivers ready to go into battle as they get themselves steeled and ready. Wheeling from back to front. Oh, someone's pushed back into their grid position. So, let's wait for it. Green flag waves at the back. Drivers instructed to look for the lights. Here we go. Ready, set, get going. And a good start from Jeroen Bos. Good start by Glenn van den Hoek. Wesley de Waal still holding on to 4th position, but they've got to navigate this opening couple of corners very, very nicely indeed. It's getting a bit of a pinch. Oh, Sven Heyer accelerating out of turn 4, locks the kart sideways to the right on the rear axle. As it's going to be, oh no, that's like a move in a traffic jam, using the hard shoulder to get through when you're not allowed to use it. And it's like a bare knuckle boxing match. Everyone's just going in there, full guns blazing. But at the moment, Jeroen Bos looking for a double victory. Glenn van den Hoek looking for the championship title. De Waal has got, I think that is possibly William van der Kay behind him. I think it was 104 o'clock. clapped an eye on a number, but after the opening lap, Bos leads, Glenn van den Hoek, Marcel Ernst, Wesley de Waal, Anders Elkje. It was the 194 that got through. So a good start early doors from Glenn van den Hoek, but Wesley de Waal, you said this in the pre-final. Yep. He's got to give it. He's got to give it the berries. He's got to give it everything.
Yeah, he's really trying to make those 2 positions. He's now behind Glenn van den Hoek. He's really gonna try to pass him. I mean, it's not only for a podium in this final race, but it's also like for the entire championship. So he's wanting to finish this year on a high, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, the main thing is that with regards to Wesley de Waal, he went on an absolute tear. Of course, dominated at Kerpen when we first jumped into the commentary box together this season. But Van den Hoek now starting to put the feelers out. That was William van der Kai going, "Oi, don't do that to me through the final corner." There you go, bump. But it is about these. You said about the curbs. You said about the sort of like the edges or the flaps, as you said, where we would normally say probably like say sausage curbs. Mm-hmm. You've got these additional flaps that can effectively what they are, folks. It's just like a deterrent, like the cones that we see there at the chicane, of saying to people, you knock one of these over, we will know who it is because we'll have seen it. And someone's running slow. That is the 102. That is Edgar Oosting. Oh dear. And yeah, I actually did see.
We have a move for 4th place. That means Wesley de Waal drops back to 5th right now.
So
as Max Stubbe moves up to 4th.
Okay, so at the moment, Glenn van den Hoek will be on, 668 points. You add 52 to that. That puts him on 720. Wesley de Waal is on 665. And that is 48 points for him. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness me. Goldschmidt, what are you doing? 713. 713 points. That'll put him on 7 points behind. So what needs to happen is that for Wesley de Waal to win this, he needs to be level on points with Glenn van den Hoek, or he needs Van den Hoek to finish 5th or lower, and he's got it. But the key differentiator here is that Wesley de Waal needs to win. No ifs, no buts. He needs to win.
Yeah, that's going to be really difficult, especially as Jeroen Bos really found the pace right now. Last lap clocking in a 54.1, the fastest lap yet. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a difficult one for Wesley de Waal right now.
It really, really is. And more to the point, how difficult is it going to be over the next 8.5 minutes? Someone was a bit slow coming out of turn number 9. That was a CRG. That was the 122. Niels Koster from the Netherlands. But still, I think Glenn van den Hoek has, in my honest opinion here, Job, I think Van den Hoek has done exactly the right strategy game. Don't go all guns blazing and go for it. Get yourself comfortable. Get yourself in a rhythm and don't take chances.
Exactly, and that's also where winning a championship is all about. Just being consistent, and in the last race, don't take too many risks and just finish on the position you need. He has been in P2 for this entire race, and I think he has a good chance to finish on P2 this race, and that's just all you need to do right now.
And at the moment, we've got still over 230 people watching at the minute, so thank you so much for everyone that has been with us all the way through the day. A big thank you to Camp Company GmbH for providing the live stream coverage this season, along with the live timing. So a big thank you to Mark Wagner and his crew, including Victor and Gita, who are running the live stream this weekend. But Jeroen Bos, well, He's doing exactly what he needs to do. He went, okay, you know what? I might not be in the hunt for the championship, but a double victory sounds pretty good right about now.
Yeah, I mean, he's really found the pace, just improving his lap time lap by lap. Now clocking in a 53.6, again, the fastest lap yet. So I think he has settled pretty nicely right now.
Yeah, and well, Wesley Duval went on a 7 race win streak before it all coming undone. And well, Jeroen Bos leads, and that lead looks to be expanding ever still. I think Glenn Vandenhoek, all he needs to do, if the likes of Marcel Ernst, who's got Sven Colling saying, yeah, let's go, Marcel. Good to see that a lot of you have been in the chat over the course of the season. We thank every single one of you for taking part, of course. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you do want to put a comment in the chat, please make it PC. Otherwise, it will be moderated. I do have moderation access, so I will delete the comments at will, and whether I think it's appropriate or not. So no rude behaviour. I'm warning you, this is not Big Brother. But it really has been an absolute joy for everybody, and myself included, actually, to chivvy you up and say, come up into the commentary box, and here we are doing the final round of the final couple of races of the championship season. It's a nice little feeling. Rather than me talking about you, I'm talking with you about somebody else.
Yeah, it's great, and once again, thank you for the invitation here, and it's just been great to commentate the race with you.
Yes, indeed. So we are down to the final 5.5 minutes, and Glenn Vandenhoek is playing it safe. Now, Wesley Duval will know that the timer is counting down, and effectively, what he needs to do, as I said earlier, he needs to win this race. No ifs or buts. And I think probably his misjudgment at Delanza. Oh, right, okay. Who we just had go off? 196. Sebastian Walder from Germany. So that'll bring the yellow flags out at Marshall Post 2. And the green flag at Marshall Post 3. Snow overtaking. Wesley Duval was looking there on Max Tubben. He knows he can't get through at this point. Nicky Berheni is just behind. William van der Kay is also there. Thierry de Jong, who I remember quite famously, I said to him, he's like a thief in the middle of the night. We were discussing that this morning at warm-up, and he went, yeah, I still remember when I managed to do a number on Carl Klebor coming through the final corner. And he went, yeah, Thierry de Jong like a thief in the middle of the night. And then it went viral because he posted it on Bleeding Instagram. That's where and if people say to me, why don't you use TikTok? I ended up deleting my account, really. Basically because the fact, for me, I didn't find it to be a platform for me, personally. You know, we all use social media, folks.
Ooh,
but
Wesley Duval keeps looking for a move up the inside, going into the first corner. Just did not manage to make it. However, he's really close, and he's pushing a lot to close the gap. And I think he has the pace to get back at Max Tubben right now.
Well, the good thing is he's saving fuel in some respects, because obviously even in karting you have the aerodynamic punching the hole through the dirty air, which is what we've got with Max Tubben at the moment, and he's slightly taller than Wesley Duval. So Duval has, the barrel art that he's running will have a little bit of rear end instability, but, and if people says, well, karting doesn't have any aerodynamics. What do you mean it doesn't have aerodynamics? I mean, we've got, you know, all the manufacturers are coming out with new products for 2025 with revised aerodynamics, especially with the Nassau panels and the front bumpers. But again, like you say, he's trying to close in. But I think Duval is, I don't want to say the word hesitant. I think it's just like he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't do wrong by Max Tubben by forcing a move, doing a Danny Rick, and it all goes horribly wrong. He found that out at round 6 at the Lanzard at turn 2 early in the final, which meant that Glenn Vandenhoek was able to capitalise. And now here we go. Wesley Duval up the inside. Max Tubben trying to fight back. And then that brings in Neki Burheni. Now, obviously, Neki Burheni at Kerpen was a little bit of a magnet for unfortunate incidents that he was involved in, especially going down into turn number 2, which we both saw, and Burheni unable to get through, but I think it's a little bit too late for Wesley Duval now, and Glenn Vandenhoek is on his one hand away, or 1.5 minutes plus change, plus 2 laps away from going on champion.
Yeah, I think Wesley really needs to rely on maybe a big mistake from Glenn right now, because otherwise I really don't see him overtaking in a championship and on track. It's going to be a difficult job, but I mean, seeing the chaos of the races today, anything can happen still in the last 1.5 minutes. So,
yes, I've the amount of stories. If these wolves had ears, my friend. But yeah, like you say, it's just about picking your spots, and I mean, we're now going to see what the differential in. Yeah, I mean, Wesley Duval is 2.7 seconds back, and with a minute and 2 laps to go. And that's 4 laps, folks. Realistically, Wesley Duval may now be kicking himself, saying maybe he'll look back at this season, and obviously he's had, but he was trying to get. Well, that was William van der Kai trying to go through on Neki Burheni. Burheni's just opened the door and then slams it shut in van der Kai's face through turn 8. That was a good bit of driving there, but Van der Kai nearly had a cut. Oh, Sven Heyer is right up his rear trumpet. Thierry de Jong's not too far away from that either. So that's the battle for 7th place. So we've got 3 laps to go. Van der Kai nearly had a code brown there, courtesy of Sven Heyer, through turn 10.
Yeah, and his bumper laying pretty much on the ground. So I think that indicates a nose cone penalty. Oh, and Burhen is out. Burhen is out. I think that might be an engine seizure.
Yeah, you can see the steam rising from the tyres. Yeah, that will have locked the back, well, pretty much seized, and it has been the case before. Sven Heyer, I remember actually winning a race earlier on here at Genk, and he came through out across the line, back axle seized the engine, and spun him 180 off onto the grass. But now the time has expired. Jeroen Bos has done everything right. He's not put a foot wrong. It's going to be a double victory. But Vandenhoek is now going to be 2 laps away. That's 2.72 kilometres. That's a total of 24 turns around a clockwise circuit. Vandenhoek now can probably think, I can breathe a little sigh of relief right now, because I know that I'm comfortable. I'm not having to put myself under undue pressure. And as you said, yes, there will be in the back of the mind, I thought about a championship, but it will be a case of when Glenn Vandenhoek crosses that line and his mechanic goes like, you did it, because they knew what exactly had to happen. Vandenhoek needed to finish ahead of Duval, and that is on course for happening with about probably about 1,750 metres to go in the penultimate race of the championship year.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's gonna. You feel the emotions starting to come in when he gets into the last section of the last lap. So yeah, I think a pretty consistent race of Glenn. He just did what he had to do, stayed in 2nd position all race. By the way, mega pace from Jeroen Bos. Still clocking in mid 53s, being quite a bit faster than the other competitors. But yeah, he's got a nice gap right now.
Yeah. Oh, Gert Vandenbrink has just dropped down to 21st and could be out. Jeroen Bos, last 3 laps, 53.886, 53.686, 53.727. As the 198 for SP Motorsport does a cheeky wave to the grandstand. And it's going to be a double victory for the 198 from the Netherlands. Jeroen Bos, out of the final corner, will take the win. But by my provisional calculations, I think he's done it. Vandenhoek celebrates. He's champion in 2024.
Mega job from Glenn. I think, of course, everything is still provisional, but he did a good job this race, and you see now the happiness, opening his visor and letting the emotion show out. Yeah, it's nice to finish off a season like this.
There's when Gabby points to him, there is something very, very special. This means a lot to the Van den Hoek family, including his grandfather, his late grandfather, who was part of the, who ran the KRB club, previous organiser within Dutch karting. And you can see how much it means. So, so great to see everybody congratulating. Of course, you've got to put your heart out there for Wesley de Waal. He fought all the way, did not give up until the checkered flag. But this is what karting means to all of us, folks. One person doing the business. That's brilliant. That was the 122 of Niels Koster. And you can just see that this is Glenn van den Hoek's moment of soaking it in. It means so much to him personally to be able to be a Dutch national KZ2 champion and celebrating. That's Benno Ridder with the, I think, the award for biggest high vis of the year. But now it really sinks in. It really sinks in. Glenn van den Hoek has done the business. Jeroen Bos takes the double victory. Glenn van den Hoek celebrates. The man from Thyssen Motorsport takes the title in 2024. And now, there we go. The donuts are ahoy. This is one of the lovely things about celebrating in KZ2. And I hopefully, he's going to have to push start it again. Well done. And there you see the sheer acceleration, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than a Porsche 911 GT3 RS. And now here comes a very, very special flag being presented by Chrono Karting's Gabby van der Burgt to Glenn van den Hoek, a deserving 2024 champion. We'll leave Glenn to have his moments in the sunlight, and also remembering the memory of his late grandfather with this wonderful special flag, and a picture of his granddad is on there. We will be back very soon for the last race of the championship season, the KZ2 season finale.